guys, today we're going to talk about chromatic scales and how to write them with accidentals and when we're dealing with a key signature. So first let's talk about the really unique properties of the chromatic scale. The pattern is really interesting with chromatic scales. All it is half steps the entire way up. We have absolutely no whole steps. And so that means we use all 12 possible pitches before we repeat the pitch we started with at the top to complete our scale. When we're writing chromatic scales with accidentals, we want to use sharps as much as possible ascending, and we want to use flats as much as possible descending. We're going to start on G, just like we did at the top here. Although the chromatic scale, just like any other scale, can start and end on any pitch as long as we follow the pattern. So for this, we're going to go down by half steps the entire way. So from G to G flat, from G flat to F, from F to E. Notice I could have written an F flat here, but that if you think about the piano keyboard, F and E are the two white keys that are right next to each other. So it just makes a little bit more sense with that natural half step there to use it. From E we go down to E flat. From E flat we go to D, then D flat, then C, then B again. Think about our white keys. Then B flat, then A flat, and then finally G. So we use sharps on the way up and flats on the way down. One way you can check to make sure you've written your scale correctly is to count and make sure you have 12 pitches before you repeat the same note at the top or the bottom of the scale. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pitches, and then here's my repeated note at the bottom of the scale. When we get key signatures involved, we have to get another, we have to use another accidental, a natural, to cancel out some of the things that are already in our key signature. I'm going to go ahead and start with A. And we're going to go up by half steps and then down again. So from A to A sharp, then to B, then from B to C natural. I need my natural because the C sharp is already in the key signature over here. Then C to C sharp. I have to put the sharp back in because I put the natural there. C sharp to D, D to D sharp, D sharp to E, E to F natural. Again, canceling out my F sharp in the key signature. F natural to F sharp, then G sharp. I need my G natural here, sorry, because of the key signature. My G sharp, and then, oops, finally my A to end the scale. So you can see I had to use naturals to cancel out the different sharps that already exist in the A major key signature. We also have to consider them on the way down. Let's see what that looks like. And we're going to come down by half steps. A to G sharp, that's no problem at all. And then we need our natural. G natural. Notice I didn't have to write the sharp by the G sharp this time because it occurred before the natural. From G natural down to F sharp, and again from F sharp to F natural. I have to cancel the sharp. F natural to E, E to D sharp. I have to add that in there because it's not in my key signature. D sharp to D natural. D natural to C sharp, which is already in my key. C sharp to C natural. C to B. B to A sharp. And then finally, oops, there we go. Finally, A sharp to A natural. So you can see it's really important that we pay attention to where we're using our naturals, our sharps, and our flats if we have certain keys or if we're not using a key signature, to make sure that our notes are altered correctly. There's one other key element to make sure that we have a correctly spelled chromatic scales, besides making sure we have the same accidentals. There has to be one of each note name represented. So let me explain what that means. Take a look at this G chromatic scale that we've written here. We have some type of G represented, some type of A, some type of B, C, D, E, F, and then G again. So all of the note names are represented here. If, for example, in the bottom, I had not written an E, but had decided to write a F flat. If I had not written an E flat, but decided to write a D sharp and then a D natural, notice how now I have some type of G, some type of F, some type of D, but right here I'm missing some type of E. There is no E of any kind represented in this scale because of how I chose to use my accidentals. So that's one thing you need to check for. Make sure you have one of each kind. This is usually a pretty good hint that something is wrong. If you have a sharp, a natural, and a flat in a row, you've probably skipped some type of a letter name. So make sure that you go back and double check.